seems like.
All right, go ahead and raise your hands, and I'll get you the mic.
John, this rotation is going through a really good run right now. Do you see anything collective that they're all doing?
Yeah, collectively, I think that they're throwing strikes and they're executing their pitches. I thought Cooch today kind of just is following the lead of everyone else, where good game plan, good execution. I thought Jano the last 2 nights was awesome. Kind of walked those guys right through it, and they're kind of competing with each other, I think, a little bit.
And we spoke earlier in the year a lot about starting off in a hole early in games with rough first innings. When that's not happening and you have this confidence, what does that allow an offense to do when it can breathe a bit more in a game?
Yeah, it's huge. I think that, I think the way we're built offensively too, it gives us a little bit of time to, get through the order once. But I mean, these guys are, they've battled out of holes, and I think it's just, easier to add on, once you do break through.
John, you mentioned before the game you dodged a bullet with Santiago Espinal. Is similar with George, or is there a little bit of wait and see when maybe some swelling has to get out there?
Yeah, wait and see. X-rays are negative, just a hand contusion, right hand contusion. So we'll see. Off day comes at a good time for him. So we'll just kind of wait and see how he feels tomorrow.
And you'd also talked about the contributions from the Merrifield and Espinal getting going today. For him to come back, it's 3 hits. He had 4 hits all season before this today. What does a game like this do for him?
Yeah, I'm sure he feels good. It's SB's a really good player. I think you can just chalk it up to kind of just a slow start with kind of some intermittent playing time. So kind of more of what we've seen for a while from SB right there tonight.
Schneider, obviously we've talked a lot about Bo's hot start, but 5 home runs now. May 21st last year for his 5th. What are you seeing from him in the power department this year?
I think it's nothing different. I mean, he can do that. I think last year probably a little bit of a, I don't want to say outlier, but just we expect him to do damage. I think that his approach is really good, and I think hanging breaking balls he's doing damage, where I think this time last year he probably wasn't.
Just back to the rotation for a second. What does it mean also to get these quality starts from your number 4 and 5 starter as well?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, I think that, well, for one, I think 1 through 5, they're all really good when they're on. And I think, it just builds momentum. It builds momentum, turning it over to Alec and Gauze and Chris for the next series. But it does a lot. I think it builds momentum. It sets up the bullpen really well. I think we struck out 10 out of the last 11 guys between Swanee, Jimmy, and Trev. So it just puts people in the right spot, but I think it also kind of just makes the next guy up want to continue to do the same.
And just on Richards, it looks like he's really found his, strikeout game.
Yeah.
What have you really liked about him in the last few outings that he's been out there?
I think he's in the zone more. I think, changeup is obviously his best pitch, and I think that he's locating his fastball really well. Whether it's up in the zone or whether it's down in the zone. A lot like we talk about Gauze, where if they're sitting split or sitting change, you can kind of sneak a heater in there down at the bottom part of the zone. So getting ahead of hitters is big for him. He's doing a good job of that.
With George not coming out right away and going out and making that great catch the next inning, is it because he's tough to take out of a game? He wanted to wait and see?
Yeah, I think he just wanted to wait and see. And talking to him, it's he can throw. We just wanted to see if it was going to bother him hitting. And I think with the off day, really tomorrow, it kind of made it pretty easy to just be cautious with it.
And just with Kikuchi coming out when he did at 89 pitches, what was the move there?
Yeah, could have finished that inning. I think again, off day kind of plays into it with some guys that we wanted to throw. They have 8 righties in their lineup out of 9. It lined up well for us. So. I think getting guys work and also letting Cooch go as long as we thought was good.
John, is there a specific expectation about the next series against the Mariners, given what happened last year?
No, man. You try to win the series. I think every year is different. Every team is different. We are definitely a different team than we were last year when we played them, and I know the guys are excited for the series, as am I. So the expectation is, like we do every series, is try to win it.
Whit Merrifield had a nice punch through the right side in the 4th inning there with Varsho going. Again in the 7th, bases loaded, 2 outs, right up the middle. What's he doing that's so amazing this year compared to maybe the tail end of last year?
Yeah, I mean, for one, he's a really good player. I think the base hit to right was a hit and run with Varsh, and then the 2-out knock obviously kind of put the game on ice. But he's, I think, kind of just doing more of what he's done his whole career. I think, when we acquired him, and even before we did last year, was a little bit of a rough stretch for him. And I think what we're seeing is just a all-star player kind of hitting his stride.
Sometimes off days come at the weirdest times. You're rolling with the pitching, rolling with the hitting. So what are the Jays going to do tomorrow with the off day? I assume watch the Leafs?
Yeah, we got the Leafs game. We got a nice gala here at the ballpark that we're looking forward to. And, I think with the stretch we're about to hit after the off day, a lot of games in a row, it does come at a good time right now. Go Leafs.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.